There are a lot of items in Blox Fruits, and if you're a new player or an old player, it can be kind of overwhelming which items to go and get. So in this video, I've made it as simple as possible. We're going to go over the 5 items that you must unlock in every single sea in Blox Fruits. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first item that I highly recommend you go and get done is the Saber Sword. Now you can do this by completing the Saber quest. I'm not going to cover it in this video because it is a bit of a lengthy quest. But as you can see, I don't have this sword leveled up at all because when I was a new player, I didn't know how to get this, or I didn't know where to go and get it. Didn't even know it existed in the game. But if I could do it again, I would 100% go and get the Saber Sword. It is an absolutely incredible sword. It is also the best sword that you can unlock in the first sea, and you can get it relatively early on, which is kind of nice. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next item that I'm talking about, you have to be level 50 to unlock, and that is the Black Cape. It's really easy to get this item. All you have to do is come over to Marineford after you are level 50, and come across to this tower over here, jump in here, and then just walk down this hole and purchase it from this guy. Now, this item is absolutely incredible for how cheap it is as well. It gives you 100 energy, 100 health, and 5% extra damage, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but trust me, when you're in those early levels, it's an absolutely incredible item. I highly recommend this one. The next item I recommend to all those people who are still in the first sea is the electric fighting style. Now, you can go and get the other fighting styles. They are all pretty good in the first sea, but I recommend the electric fighting style because it's the easiest to use. It does a ton of damage, and it's just super good. And it's a little bit cheaper than water kung fu, which is also kind of nice when you're a bit tight for money in the first sea. Get this fighting style. It can be found over at the Sky Islands at this kind of back mountain porch area. I highly recommend it. Okay, so the next and probably the most important one on this list so far would definitely be your 3 different abilities that you can unlock over at the Snow Island inside this cave. You definitely want to get these because they are incredibly important, and trust me, you will struggle without them for the rest of the game. So definitely get your hands on those. Okay, so the last and final thing that you must unlock in the first sea is definitely Observation Haki. I highly recommend getting it. You can find it at the tippity top of the Sky Islands. You must be level 300 and also have completed the Saber quest line. So after you've done those 2 things, all you have to do is come across and talk to this instinct teacher and buy it from him. There you go. And then you're done for the first sea. You can move on to the second sea. Let's go. Okay, so just like we did with the first sea, we're going to be talking about the best sword that you can get inside of the second sea. Well, one of the best at least. Definitely you want to get your hands on a sword called Rengoku. This is Rengoku right here. It is an absolutely legendary sword and also extremely easy to unlock. So once you come across the second sea, you want to come across to the snow castle over here, right? Massive snow castle, pretty hard to miss. Anyway, you want to come in here and you want to fight the awakened ice admiral. This guy will spawn like right here. He's super easy to beat. You can just, even if you die, you can just come and keep trying to kill him over and over again. So once you kill him, he will have a 5% chance to drop the hidden key. And once you have that hidden key, you can come across over here, come through the wall and open a chest, and you will unlock Rengoku. It's literally that easy. It's super easy to get. And then you've got yourself one of the best swords you can unlock in the second sea. Congratulations. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need to do is go and get Race V2 and Race V3 inside the second sea. These will help you unlock abilities for your race, which is extremely overpowered. This is a must-do on your list. So the first thing you need to do is to come across to this alchemist guy in the green area, the middle part of the second sea. Pretty much talking to him will activate a quest to go collect 3 different flowers. It's super easy. You can just look up a video guide to do it, and you trust me, you need to do this because it will make you way stronger. But once you've gotten Race V2, you can go and get Race V3. Now, in order to unlock Race V3, it's pretty much the same thing. You want to come across to this flower part right next to the big wall over there, and you just want to come down over to this little area over here. And once you do that, you can just walk through the wall like this, and you can speak to this guy right here. Now, this will pretty much activate a quest. Again, it's pretty much the same thing, but every race has a different quest. Some are a little bit harder than others, but they're all relatively easy anyway, so it's super simple. You just want to come over to this guy, speak to him, and you'll get Race V3 once you complete the quest. Alright, so let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so it's time to upgrade that fighting style into Sharkman Karate. Now, you can do that by heading over to the Skull Island. Now, it's pretty hard to miss. It's just a massive skull on an island. Duh. So once you do that, you can head over to this NPC. But before you head here and speak to this guy, you need to complete a little thing called a boss battle. Pretty much what you'll need to do is come over to this island on the same island. It's just another island. There will be a boss that spawns here. He's actually pretty hard to beat. He's probably one of the more tougher bosses in the game. But again, if you die, just quickly run over before he regens health, or have a friend help you complete it. Pretty simple. a lot of people farm this boss, so you could probably just wait around until someone comes and helps you out. But anyway, he will drop a water key, and then you want to head back to that NPC up there and go buy yourself the Sharkman Karate fighting style. Now, granted, you do need 400 mastery on water kung fu, so that might be a little bit challenging, but trust me, it's a lot easier than superhuman, and it's probably one of the best fighting styles in the game. A lot of people even consider it to be the best fighting style in the game, even though it's pretty easy to get. Alright, so let's go over the best item and accessory that you can get in the second sea. Now, in my humble opinion, it is the swan glasses. These things are absolutely insane. They give you crazy stats on everything. Like, they give you a ridiculous amount of stats. So pretty much, I'll put it on screen right here. This is what they give you. They are a 5% drop chance, but they give you 25% extra movement speed, 8% universal damage on everything. So blocks, fruits, swords, everything. 8% less cooldowns timer, 8% more damage resistance, 250 energy and health. Crazy. Tons of different stats. Really good. How do you get them? Well, you come across to this castle right up here above the cafe, and you pretty much go into this little room right here. Now, you do need to talk to Trevor and give him the 1 million berry fruit before you go in here, but Don Spawn will pretty much spawn right here, and all you have to do is kill the guy. Pretty simple thing to do. He's not very strong. But once you do that, you have a 5% chance of getting this item. Again, super overpowered. You definitely want this item. Okay, so at the tippity top of the second sea, you can unlock yourself the true triple katana. Now, this weapon is absolutely amazing. It is pretty cool as well, but unfortunately the quest is quite long and time consuming, so I'm not going to go into it too much. You can Google it up if you want to know how to actually complete the quest, but this is the last item for the second sea, so if you do want to get it, make sure you go and get it, and I will see you guys in the third sea. Okay, so the next thing I recommend, and probably the most highly recommended thing on this list, is the best sword in the game, which is the Cursed Dual Katana. What I'm using right here, as you can see, these look absolutely amazing. Their abilities are absolutely insane too. They're crazy. They're really good for PvP, PvE, anything you're doing. Whatever you're doing, do it with the Cursed Dual Katana. They are super broken. Alright, so the next thing I recommend is Observation Haki number 2. Now, I don't have this yet because I'm an idiot and I'm still struggling to get it because I'm lazy as hell. But I highly recommend you don't be me and you go and get this item or ability, whatever you want to call it. It is broken as hell. Observation Haki V2 is an absolute essential. I'm still working on it because it's really hard to get, actually. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It's hell on earth, but you should still get it. Okay, so talking about something I actually do have, and that is the Pale Scarf. The thing around my neck right now is the single best accessory that you can get in the third sea. I highly recommend you just gun-ho for this right away because it is absolutely amazing and very overpowered. Trust me, you need to get your hands on the Pale Scarf. This thing gives you absolutely incredible stats. It gives you more blocks fruit damage, more sword damage, 2 extra dodges, and 10 times larger instinct vision, which is unbelievably broken and is the only accessory in the game that actually does that. So, I mean, like, why wouldn't you use it? It's just so broken. Okay, so the next thing I recommend you do is go and get the Electric Claw fighting style. Now, this is a really easy fighting style to get, and it looks really cool. It also is really good. Like, the abilities are just amazing. You could easily consider this fighting style the best fighting style in the game, even over God Human if you wanted. It really just comes down to personal preference, honestly. Now, this fighting style is way easier to get than, like, almost any other fighting style in the third sea. All you have to do is come up to this guy right here, speak to him once you have 400 mastery on the base electric fighting style, do a 2-minute quest, and then whabam, you just buy it. Like, it's super easy like that. And then you get really cool abilities that can do this stuff. Like, look how cool that is. Well, bam. Absolutely awesome. Alright, so I feel like a bit of a hypocrite for this one as well, but I don't have Race V4, but you should definitely go and get it, because it's extremely overpowered. I'm just super lazy. Don't look at me like a role model, because I ain't. I'm just really lazy, and I just can't be bothered doing it. But it is really good, and I'm kind of punching myself the fact that I don't have it yet. So definitely go and get yourself Race V4. You can look up how to do the quest. It's very complicated as well. It's not very simple, but it's very good, and it's well worth it. Trust me. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you at all, please consider dropping a like, and I will see you guys in the next one.